Listen, we gotta have a conversation. We gotta have a conversation. And as that dude on Instagram say, I'm gonna call the cops. Y'all, I saw somebody did a montage put together about, I'm gonna say, a 5 minute long video, maybe not that long, maybe about 4 or 5 minute long video with a montage of 80s and 90s R&B singers like Bobby Brown, uh, Casey JoJo, etc. Just tons of them. They even went back to Lionel Richie, Keith Sweat, and it is so sad and ridiculous. I think with Lionel Richie, he actually collapsed on stage. Well, before I get to that, let me just say, to each his own. If people want to go to concerts, whether it's new artists, old artists, whatever, that's their preference. To each his own. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna give these some bitches my money. But, back in the day, it was in my opinion, it's good enough to go buy a CD, go buy a record, go buy a cassette, boom. But this is my problem with it. And it ain't got a color to it. It ain't just R&B, it's country and pop and all this. These guys are like Lionel Richie, I want to say in his 70s or 80s. This dude collapsed on stage. I think they had to cancel, some dates because this dude collapsed. You got guys like Keith Sweat getting up there. Now, back in the day, Keith Sweat sung a song when he was bumping and grinding. Keith Sweat, I don't know how old he is, but dude, you can't bump and grind no more. Bobby Brown, you can't run around the stage kicking and screaming no more. And the crazy part about it, now I can understand Smokey Robinson and Lionel Richie. Hell, these guys are old. But these cats my age, like Casey JoJo and Bobby Brown, they look like old men. They look like they 70, 80 years old. What the hell do these guys do to themselves? They the same age as me, maybe a year or two older. Dude, listen, it ain't too much on this earth I cannot do. I don't give a damn how much gray hair you see. These dudes just look like they 80 years old. But my problem and the purpose of this whole thing, you still got people paying to go see this buffoonery. I don't get it. Somebody please make me understand. I've probably been to one or two concerts in all of my days. And I got ripped off at both of them. I want to say one was Tony Terry. Well, he was the key guy. I think they had 3 or 4 acts, and he was the key guy. This son bitch get up there and sung his signature song, that wedding song, another song, and that was it. He was gone. I was married to my first wife back then, and I looked at her, I was like, are you kidding me? Now listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably would have paid for a performance from, some of these older, well-rounded entertainers, like Billy Joel and cats like that. Because Billy Joel was a singer performer. He was also a musician. When them cats sit at a piano and sing a song, a popular, meaningful song that was back in the 80s or 90s, that's something. Bobby Brown is not a musician. He is not. He's just a pure performer. Now, I gotta give him credit. He did have a voice back in the day. He don't have a voice now. But that's all they can. They cannot mimic what they did back in the 80s. They can get up there and lip sync a song, but the kicking and screaming is gone. You can barely walk, dude. But you still got people paying to go see these performances. A lot of my classmates that was part of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority got together this past April. Went to see New Edition in concert in Birmingham. To each his own. Knock yourself out. I'm not making these motherfuckers millionaire. Listen, they made millions upon millions of dollars back in the day. Now, a lot of them did get ripped off, you know, with shouty agents and all that good stuff. But you telling me that you gotta, at 57 years old, looking like you're 77, you gotta get out kicking and screaming when you need to be on the front porch with your grandkids, rocking into the goddamn rocking chair. I don't get it. But listen, that's part of life. At least they ain't out there doing that bad or illegal. They just out there doing something stupid. In my opinion, it's stupid. Now, let me say this. I saw a concert via Instagram, like a Benny concert, I guess you say, with Tears for Fears. These guys weren't up there kicking and screaming. They was basically singing, and they have lost a little bit of their voice. But that was very entertaining. They can't, they just like the other cats, they can't move like they once did. It was another cat, I can't remember his name. He put on a performance. He basically just used the little bit of voice he has left. And that was it. The common denominator with all these cats, R&B, pop, whatever. I know this is their passion, their art form, their craft. And I can understand never want to give it up. I can understand that. Trust me, I can. But it's different when you have a 80-something-year-old Billy Joel sitting at his piano singing than a Keith Sweat or Bobby Brown that they whole stick was to get up on stage, bumping and grinding, kicking and screaming. Y'all, they can't do that anymore. New Edition in their dance moves like the Jackson 5s, they can't do this anymore. And that's my whole point. I ain't got no problem with these dudes still want to goddamn get on stage and perform, but damn it, you can't do what you did back in the day. And this is my point to this. The montages this dude put up on Instagram, all of them was falling, stumbling over, falling off stage, passing out. That's my point. And I don't know if I did this correctly or you know, in a understanding way, but don't matter who you are and what genre of music you sing, you can still get up there at 60, 70, 80 and perform. But if your whole stick was back in the 80s and 90s kicking and screaming, boo-boo, you can't do it no more. You're falling off stage and you're passing out. Anyway, let me finish this up by saying I have seen so much passion over the last week in celebration of our 250th anniversary for the United States of America. That's a beautiful thing. I'm proud to be a resident, a son of the state of Alabama, of this country, and here in Alabama, and I've seen some stuff in Georgia and Florida. These people are passionate. Now, I'm glad I don't live in California because you won't see this. I'm glad I don't live in Ohio because you won't see this. I'm glad I don't live in Minnesota because you won't see this. The passion is there. Y'all keep it going. They got the fair going on in Washington, D.C. If you get a chance, go out there and enjoy it. Harvey Lamont Rich is going to be in my lazy boy, partaking in all of it and drinking a few beers. Listen, you guys stay safe. I love it and I appreciate you. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we keep him first. That's the only way we do it here. I'll see you next time.